really good instructor. And I've actually seen him teach that class. Yeah.
It was funny.
Don't do this to me. Look at there.
Thank you for feeding us, Cheryl.
Anything.
So how was it? The virus class is usually pretty good.
It was good. Good turnout.
Good.
The opinion portion was interesting.
Oh,
One guy, I never met him, but he was very opinionated on all
Yeah.
things. He said, "You're telling me you validate the deed on every listing?"
I was like, you know,
Well,
we have a title person over in Monica White. She'll love to help you.
Well, if it's too much of a stretch for you to validate, and Tom was like, "You need to look in the history. And
Yeah.
if there is a history, you can see that, and that would help you." But this guy was mad. Like, okay, because taxes don't indicate the actual owner. That's who paid the
No.
taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then one lady about the whole commission thing,
Yep.
she was like, I'm like, first of all, even if you do that, don't say that out loud.
Well, the question was, can you, or should you, I don't know how it's phrased, show properties with a lesser than your ideal commission?
She was like, oh, no.
And she
Right.
straight up popped in,
She
no,
was like,
I know.
no. She was like, well, she's like, if I see it and my buyers don't see it, I'm not gonna tell them about it. But
There
if
were
they
23
see it,
people in the room, and she's saying,
she's like,
other
but
realtors.
if they say something to me, I'll, and
If
I'll
the
show
buyer
it to
brings
them.
it to me.
Yeah, I'll show it to them, but I'm definitely not encouraging them to get that one.
You
So
know
me,
that.
it took everything in me to stay in my seat. And I
She didn't
said,
speak up though.
so are we not supposed to have our client's best interest at hand and not our commission?
So you know that
Shakira said,
I think-
Bo said.
I did not. In my broker's class.
you know that end of this month, I think, NAR is requiring all buyer agent commissions to be on the public facing website,
Mhm.
on all of them. A lot of places have already gone to it, but that's part of our agreement with the Justice Department. So they're playing it smart. When they made this agreement with the Justice Department, they're doing everything they agreed to do
Yeah.
to make them look like fools when they go to
Yeah.
court.
Mhm.
We deal
There's
with
no
that.
argument. We
Yeah,
do that.
we already do that. Yeah.
There's no hidden agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's how I was like, don't we already do that?
Well,
Yeah.
and the guy that was so adamant about the following up on the deed, he also was like, well, I'm not doing a buyer rep because I'm not,
Okay.
what if?
He's like, it's not even worth
it was
the
about
paper that it's
compensation.
printed on.
And I thought, you need to make sure you have compensation moving forward, so you probably need that.
we're telling you, NAR is not telling everybody, but they're pushing it. Protect your compensation, get a
Right.
buyer agency agreement. I've told a couple of people, they told us when the new ABR stuff comes out, that one of the things that they want us to do is let people know, if you can get 15 broker managers together for an ABR class,
Yeah.
they can offer it at a discount.
Mhm.
If they get one other class, if they get a class signed from that.
Mhm.
So, let's say that you and Art and
Yeah.
Bo Evans Realty and whoever, there's 5 of us or whatever, we get together and we all do an ABR class between the brokers and managers, and y'all say, well, we're going to bring this to our agents.
Yep.
The discount will apply. So, because the stuff is so new, and they've even made it where if you already have an ABR and you take it again, you get a discount.
That's it.
Because all this is so new and they want people to make
Well,
sure.
people aren't, they're thinking like all these documents and they're bad, but it's covering your behind.
It is,
It's protecting your livelihood.
making sure you get paid.
So don't be mad at the documentation. And really, if you have all your stuff together, you don't have to do 15 different, here, please sign this.
Yeah.
You have your packet together.
It amazes me that people just don't, they won't talk about compensation with their buyer.
Right.
Like it's some secret.
Mhm.
I mean, that's what led to this. People, oh, yeah, it's fire services are free. I've never said that. My service is not free. I'm getting paid.
Well, Tom brought today, he said, so you have them sign the buyer's exclusive agency and it says, we'll say 6%, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you show them a house and it's at a lesser percentage. Are you having the conversation that they come up with it or say MLS is 0%?
Yeah. But you can't.
And people were like, whoa, yeah. Like,
Well, that's what buyer conversations are for.
you can't hide from it. Well, that's what we're saying. People are not willing to have these conversations.
You have those conversations.
And
But you
then
know, every place else in the world,
be real clear about what you're gonna pay. them.
Because this is how I bring it up. I say, you know,
this is, you talk to somebody from Australia, this is not,
mhm.
this is not foreign to them. They're, oh, yeah, that's how we do it, you know?
You know, this is how I talk to my consultant, say, hey, you know, we may find a fizz box
Yeah.
that you like. They're fizzle because they don't want to pay me.
Not put it on the market for a purpose.
Yes, I said, so if you love this house,
Yeah.
and I said, of course, I'm gonna ask them first.
Sure.
But if they don't, are you willing to pay me?
Okay, so what you can do, and I'm gonna use apples and oranges, I guess. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, so you can,
You're still talking too.
What's your?
Oh, we have to know.
1 for 12.
You know, get Brenda Lake.
So in the next 2 minutes, everybody's gonna flood in here.
Uh-huh.
And then 10 minutes later, luggage gonna come. Should have just texted and tell them, go ahead and get on Kahoot now.
Yeah. Here's the pin. Go ahead and yell at it. You can play your way yet.
Let's put our real names.
Yes, please.
Not to be confused with Katie. We have Katie.
I know. Okay.
Look, Joy. Hey, look, this before it-
Floyd Murray, you were mentioned in our class today.
Yeah, we
Uh-oh.
talked about you, Floyd.
What
Mhm.
happened?
Ooh, we talked about you, Joe broker today.
Mhm. We told him a room full of 20 people.
Won't be the first time, won't be the last. Been there, done that.
Well, it's as long as it's not in front of the.
Now, he just
office.
did one of your, the inspection thing.
One of your all-star clients.
Yeah. You had given
Like a
him
case
a
study.
case study about inspection, about, I guess you had someone
You
with,
might not have known you did.
with some windows and
All right, so if you have not already gone into Kahoot, please do so. There's your game pin. Because we only had, I know we have more than 3 people here, so we gotta.
Yeah, we had other people.
I saw
pop up.
somebody, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I saw you had on me.
Mhm.
Katie's in.
She ain't on there.
Uh,
Mm.
I'm sorry. And who's Realtor 83? Shannon? G the Realtor? Floyd or we got 2 more.
I've known you 3 years, I never thought of you.
Right. You are Gerald.
G.
And I'm still call you Gerald.
Good looking out, Shannon. We'll just wait as
Keep it
long as it
clean.
takes.
Yeah.
Okay, at least it's one.
Is that the phone line?
Logan.
We were gonna have you log in while you're on the way and start playing.
I looked down, I was like, oh.
Time management's not a strength of yours, is it?
All right, so while we're waiting, I know our other 2 people to sign in. What we're gonna do tonight is just play this game. We got an extra day. We're a day ahead. So on Monday, we'll do property management. Tuesday, we're gonna have an abbreviated class, so everybody can go and watch election returns and cheer for their favorite candidate, or if they go into a party for somebody that won or whatever, you can do that. Or you can come and study, whichever.
That part.
Whichever you
For
prefer.
sure.
Yeah. Because after this, you'll know kind of how you're doing. So,
Hurry.
there's Logan. Floyd, one more.
What else will we do?
Heaven above. Shan, help your friend.
There he is, the Big Daddy. Are you Big Daddy?
Big Daddy.
Are you Big Daddy?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Are y'all ready?
Hey, Miller.
That's too bad, so we have to put
That's an
our real
autofill
name.
situation.
Yeah.
That name's been typed in.
Are you ready?
No, we can't come
I
out.
got the games you playing. I got the nickname 7 years ago.
Oh,
We don't really want to know the story.
Let's keep this family appropriate.
Yeah.
Bo speaks for himself.
Okay, y'all ready? Here we go.
Why am I nervous like
Oh,
that?
Are we reading your screen or ours?
One of the agent's fiduciary duties that continues even after the listing agreement expires is obedience, diligence, confidentiality, or disclosure.
Yeah, the fat.
Oh, I see, you hit the.
The color or the
Okay.
symbol, yeah.
Do we all have enough service? What?
So there's a long time between questions, which allows you a long time, but once everybody logs in, it'll be exactly
Was
this.
that right?
Hey, look at that. Almost everybody got it
But Big Bad.
right. So let's look here.
Okay.
We got a pretty close race here. A subagent is the agent of
Oh, Lord Jesus.
the seller, the buyer, a broker who has an agency relationship with the client, or the client and the customer's agents. The clients and customers' agents.
You have those skinny microphones, but
I do. Yeah. fucking,
You should tell me
so
that.
you're a homemaker.
I should have got you one from Amazon.
Oh, man, I'd love one.
Should- You did?
You know, like Gene Rayburn.
Look, I passed.
Don't
the
use
exam.
it,
Phil
don't
Cullen.
use it.
Look,
Phil
I passed the
Cullen.
exam. You
Bill
get the
Cullen,
microphone.
Wink Martindale. All right, yeah, not as many people got this one. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, look at there. Realtor 83, cool. Still pretty tight race. We got a long way to go, folks.
Can you get one wrong, so I get a front?
A property seller empowers an agent to market and sell a property on his behalf. That kind of agency represented is general, special, universal, or no agency.
Oh, no. Those first two were easy.
Like you feel comfortable.
I know, I'm like, ugh. I got it wrong. We all got it wrong. Some scattered answer.
See, I meant.
Look at it, almost evenly split.
I wouldn't, I don't want to put.
But that
mine
is
wrong
special
though.
agency.
I meant to click special, but I clicked the.
General is you can do everything for form, or universal. General is you can do everything
Because
involving a
you
certain
read it
subject.
across and in my head, I was going down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's all your fault.
That's right. The way I read it.
Can you say that again, general what, special what?
Universal means you can do everything that the person has to do. General means you can do everything in a specific subject area.
Special.
Special means you can only do for one certain thing.
And you're special.
Means it's a special agency
So a property seller only empowers the agent.
to sell their property.
I know.
Look at that.
Look at that. Coming to the top.
You know what that means? It means you're on fire.
Yeah, 3 in a row.
And now I got to come back.
An agency relationship may be voluntarily terminated by which of the following reasons? Condemnation of the property, which is spelled wrong, and I know it. Mutual consent, full performance, or renewal of the agent's license.
Okay, so you don't even need that.
And remember, this is involuntary.
Oh, hooey. You better listen. Going down under Big Daddy.
So there's an old time game show host, Wink Martindale. Anybody ever heard of him?
No.
Yeah, he did Tic-Tac-Toe and Sale of the Century, and a bunch of other. I met him one time. He was in a casino that I was in. I met a couple of famous people at casinos. Mike Ditka. I was at the Beau Rivage in Biloxi, Mississippi, and it was middle of the afternoon. I was at the craps table, and there were like 2 people there, and all of a sudden, this stack of like black chips hits the table, and I looked down. I didn't notice who it was. I just saw the chips, and the roll came to him. He rolled, and I looked. I said, "That's Mike Ditka." He one roll. He rolled one time. One loop around the table. There wasn't the 3 of us playing, and he got up and left. And the dealer looked at me, said he comes in here every afternoon and does that. Sometimes he wins $10,000. Sometimes he loses $10,000.
Wow.
So yeah, which I guess is like me losing $2.
I can't lose to that.
Man,
Uh-oh.
Yes.
going down.
Yeah, okay, you're way down here.
Big
Big Daddy.
The
will-
word voluntary, I get voluntary got me.
That's the
I
key
wasn't-
word.
Big Daddy, you gotta get to the front. When a broker enters into a listing agreement, the broker has agreed to accept which of the following? Fiduciary and contractual obligations with the client, fiduciary relationships with the client and customer, contractual obligations with cooperating brokers, or fiduciary obligations with the customer.
You know what?
Oh,
Look at that, 5, 2, and 1.
don't get me.
Here we go.
Whoa.
Realtor 83 moves back to the front. It's like a horse race up there. We said, did y'all watch the Kentucky Derby?
Yes.
No, it was my
Wow.
birthday, I did not.
80-1.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
From an agent's point of view, the most desirable form of listing agreement is exclusive agency, exclusive right to sell, open listing, or a net listing.
Well,
Thank you.
does the agent value their license?
Anybody who says net will fail this class automatically.
Noted.
Although desirable is kind of subjective, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
that's what you said.
exclusive right to sell is, and we had one person get it wrong. I guess we know who it is.
I wonder who that was.
Look at there, Heidi's on fire.
Wait, hold on, I got it right though.
Katie, I'm sorry.
They do it fast.
I was like, who is Heidi?
That was Heidi.
That
Katie,
could have
I'm
been your
sorry.
nickname, Heidi.
Sorry. Katie's on fire, the other Katie, or the first Katie, or
I love the
but-
inspiration.
The
Dust
key.
yourself off graciously.
Screenshot that for yourself, like you do
Yeah.
every morning.
Just set it as my lock screen. You got this wrong.
an owner agrees to pay a broker for procuring a tenant unless it is the owner who finds the tenant. This is an example of exclusive right to sell, exclusive agency, open listing, or net listing. And this happens quite a bit in commercial. Okay.
So 6 of us.
Who needs-
will be going to-
who needs to reread the part on listing agreements? Let's see. Gee, the realtor's on fire now. And moves into first place.
I could cheat.
I think Big Daddy's just waiting to make his move. He's back there, he's being consistent. Which of the following?
Here's some game. Come on, Floyd.
Which of the following business entities is generally prohibited from brokering real estate? Sole proprietorship, a partnership, a corporation for profit, or non-profit corporation?
Oh, wow.
This is when you have to work through and go, is that one? Is that one? Is that one? Is that one? Wait a minute, I've never heard of whichever one actually being a broker.
Yeah, I think I'm wrong.
Yeah, me too.
Look at that. Everybody thought they were wrong.
Well, I was gonna click that and I
I'm
thought, surely some church has a brokerage. Surely Highlands has their own brokerage at this point.
First Baptist Church and Realty
Perfect.
happens all the time.
They get to keep on.
Look at that. G stays
Well,
in
why
first
am I
place
not?
and on fire. Look
I'm totally off with Big Daddy. I'm not even on the I'm on
at
the- yeah, I'm on the bench with my feet up.
You have friends. around. You have friends.
Yeah. Dust yourself off. Bring us away.
that. Joint venture may generally broker real estate if the co-ventures form a business trust, form a cooperative association, are properly licensed or are limited partners.
And you made these easier.
I'll pass that along.
Did you create this or someone else?
I do. I'll just say you may see these
Wait, you
questions
had, you
again.
didn't record these, did you? Are you recording these?
Yeah.
Good. I need to go
I'm
back.
recording, plus you can go back on, you can go back
I need to.
on Kahoot.
These questions for nothing, y'all.
Yeah, you
No,
may see-
the sad thing is we just don't know the answers.
Long as I know the one is really important. I know about the first. Okay, okay.
Oh. Mixed spread there. Big Daddy coming up.
Made the front, look at that, he's on fire now. Gonna get up there and do the lawnmower.
Oh, Lord, I'm behind Logan now. Help me out.
Competing brokers in a county agree
Oh, I
on
know
a standard
this.
commission rate for principals within the county. This violates fair trade and antitrust laws, the statute of frauds, contract law,
Coming
or
back, Logan.
the Uniform Commercial Code.
Uniform commercials code sounds like something we talked about.
What's the yellow?
Contract law.
We'll be back after a word from our sponsor. You at that? Look at that.
Da-da-da.
Lots of people got this one right. The two people that got it
I'm
wrong.
still behind Logan.
You're still behind Logan. Logan moved up to the front of the board.
It's the first time I see my name on there.
I was scared, it was gonna be below.
3 in a row, Realtor 83 is back in the game.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
My last pre-license class when I did this, the girl won like 47 in a row.
Wow, she really was so.
Like, I pretty, I hope.
Did she pass
had
the
her first
exam?
time.
Yeah. A salesperson's commission rate and structure is established by a state regulation, competitive conditions, agreement with other brokers in the market, and negotiations with the client.
Oh, put the wrong thing.
Does it give you more points by how fast you answer?
It does.
You know what?
I
That
put the
makes
wrong
sense.
thing.
Who, if you put the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
None of us got it right. None of us got it right.
competitive conditions. That's what creates the negotiation. Who did this? Who gets this one?
Let red and
That is the
wrong.
opposite.
Red and wrong. Red and wrong.
Antitrust.
You saw agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Reading is not our strong suit, can you tell?
So,
Listen, my child just told me to be fast. You're not telling me.
as an economic product, real estate is distinguished by its homogeneity, its variety, the uniqueness of every parcel, or its ability to appreciate and value.
What?
Gerald. Top two, what you together.
A construction boom in a market is an indication that prices have been increasing, have been declining, have been in equilibrium, or have exceeded supply.
Yeah, damn it.
I know.
Wow. Let's see who's gonna pass the test. So far, so good.
'Cause we're supposed to do.
What vacancies, when vacancies are declining in a real estate market, it's common for the market, to experience rising prices, falling construction activity, or falling absorption.
I'm gonna try reading the question now.
Yeah.
I think we all need another semester of class.
Good, good.
Woo, finally got one.
He got it wrong.
Uh-uh.
Oh, no,
No, that's not me.
that's her.
Oh, it's happening.
Oh,
But you
I'm sorry.
still say.
3 in a row. He was at 3 in a row. Now you're at 3. I see 2 people are gonna pass the test. A certified appraiser is one who receives certification by a licensed real estate school, the appraisal institution, the state in which the appraiser operates, or the appraisal review board.
One of the two.
You just said that.
I just talked about this.
I know,
last
because
night.
there's levels.
Nah, I did talk about that. didn't I?
And the AA.
GO.
What's my people?
Praise the Lord. Anybody got a quarter?
Oh, what the?
I thought that, then
Praise the Lord.
I thought it was like second level.
Until we got to the board and the institute, that's when I was like,
That was like a tricky.
uh-huh.
Let's see.
No.
Let's see who was listening to me.
Shin.
Coach Shen.
Logan guessed. We heard him guessing.
In appraisal, the loss of value is in a property may cause, from any cause, is referred to as deterioration, obsolescence, depreciation, or deflation.
What, correct, go back first round.
Sorry, Morris, I cannot talk to you right now.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, I think everybody got that one right. Good.
General definition.
Logan's on fire. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Katie said you're a good guesser 3 times in a row. The Federal Reserve's Regulation Z applies to which loans? All loans secured by real estate, all loans secured by residents, or all loans over $25,000. Could play that Jeopardy music.
Then I'm just gonna be like this.
I used to like it when they played it in football stadiums
That's just-
when they were.
Making the recall.
Yeah, they got the recall.
Feel that annoys, so just right.
People were waiting on you. 7 was a visit.
Oh,
Spread all over the place here, but it is almost here by a residence, right?
come on. Shan.
Oh, Lord.
Jen's just been consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one in the room not talking.
Yeah.
He's learning.
I'm just gonna come on back.
The assumability of FHA insured loans is
Oh, no.
unrestricted, limited by by when the loan was originated, limited to owner occupied properties, or prohibited on all existing loans under current regulations. Actually, we were talking about this morning at the broker forum.
We weren't there.
I know.
Y'all should have live streamed it. We could have heard about this punch.
Oh, no, that was in a different meeting.
Uh,
Yeah. Steve Kermish came and spoke to us about interest rates. Have they ever done an assumption? Because you may be doing one for the end of the year.
Come on.
Look at
Oh,
that.
look at Big Daddy.
He's on fire.
He got quiet. She told me to say that.
Or is he looking over his French? Shan, cover up your phone.
A lender who charges a rate of interest in excess of the legal limits is guilty of redlining, usury, profit taking, or nothing. There are no legal limits on interest rates.
No wonder.
Straight opinion.
Let's just say I have a buddy that owns pawn shop, and they do title loans, and they also do payday loans. So that tells me what the answer is. Usually.
Sounds like there are no legal limits to interest rates.
Yeah, but there are usury laws in the state, but I mean, it's like 33% is the
Yeah.
top
It's
interest
gotta be
rate.
something crazy.
And that's a recent change. There used to not be one.
Oh,
Good.
yeah, because all the title complexes are doing like 99%.
Yeah. All right, question 20. A distinctive feature of a promissory note is that it's not assignable. It can be accompanied by a mortgage. It is a negotiable interest, or it may not be prepaid.
Hmm.
Oh, I went on.
Let's see how we're doing.
No, no,
No,
no,
no,
one got
no,
it right.
got it right.
No, I got it right. Sorry. The debt ratio formula used to qualify buyers is total debt divided by total debt payments, gross income divided by assets, gross income divided by debts, or debt payments divided by gross income. Oh, man, don't do this to me.
Finally.
I got it backwards.
How many lender sales meetings I've been in?
Yeah, well, also you gotta think about the smaller number divided by the
Yeah.
bigger number to get a percentage, right? Otherwise. you
Debt
get
to income ratio. Tell me. Started off so great before the questions are hard.
Cost recovery is allowed as a federal tax deduction on principal residents that do not have a home office, income properties, land, commercial properties owned by the federal government.
Oh,
Oh.
she had
Got a
one.
lifeline.
I take a lifeline to Jackson.
Talk about that.
I was just gonna say exactly what I was
To be fair, we haven't done real estate investment yet, so.
Oh, yay!
Yes.
I heard
Oh,
I'm only
yeah,
17 points behind you now.
it. That's not yet, right.
look at there, movement.
Oh.
Look
at right.
Katie still is not on the front page.
Swear by life.
All right, the primary tax benefit in owning a non-income property such as a residence is depreciation of improvements, depreciation of land, deduction for cost of operating the property, or deduction for mortgage interests.
Depends on how much property it costs.
Non-income producing.
Let me see, what's that? What's that going? Oh.
Eee. Should have put yellow. Oh, hallelujah.
Like, almost everyone got that one right.
We all were praying about it.
Let's see, Big Daddy is on fire again. Look at it, still hanging in there. Katie, are you playing?
Second half over here. Man was in brain cells. So you know, give me that.
Two of the financial rewards that investments offer are income and tax benefits, negative leverage and appreciation, appreciation and taxation, positive leverage and prestige. That's a big word.
Prestige is very financially rewarding.
I don't think that's a financial reward, is it? It could be, I guess. And again, to be fair, we still haven't done real estate investments, so we will do it next week for sure. Look at that, everybody got it right. Maybe we don't need to do
Except for
investments.
part.
Except for,
Got it right.
Good. Somebody said prestige, didn't they?
Don't tell them, G.
No, I'm fine with both, don't tell me.
Fair housing laws that protected people against discrimination in housing based on race was the Civil Rights Act of 1866, Civil Rights Act of 1968, Executive Order 11063 of 1962, or Title 8 of the Amendment of the Fair Housing Act.
First, protected people. Oh. They weren't acting like it though.
Right, that's why they put it.
Okay.
Geez, still, Shanna's still just consistent. All right, so we're halfway done. Anybody want to take a break? Look up a bunch of stuff in your book.
Don't let me know what's the next 25 questions.
Right,
I think I'm doing pretty good to not have Look at it.
Well, in eighth place, so.
All right, let's, it's 6:42. Let's take a 10-minute break. We'll come back and finish.
I'm just skirting that her fourth place. Sit down, Sid. Sit down, sit.
It may still be daylight when we leave here.
My child will love it. I might not.
I'm
tell
trying
him
to let you
I'm
out.
though.
Okay.
I might not tell him I'm out. I might just like. Not something.
Sabotage you while you're in the bathroom.
Get it for the wrong room. Tuesday, huh? Oh.
I don't find out about my book of work.
Huh? Cause you gave him, we took a CE class today.
He did
with
the
Tom.
buyer class and
He did the-
Oh,
our
Tom
letter
discussed that, okay.
yeah, and it was,
How do you know about
he
that?
showed, he said who the,
He
Case
tells
study was
who
about.
gave you, who the case, who gave him the case. And when he said, for me a case, said, oh, Floyd, he said one of us.
I guess the bottom line is who's responsible,
Yes.
and it's the buyer's agent. The bottom line is the buyer's agent. responsible. To request the exact number. what-
right,
Yes,
to quantify what is the.
To clarify, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, we don't give a heck. Tom, a little. That's a mistake. That's a mistake, that's a mistake.
Maybe number one, I was talking about myself. So they're really nice older couple. They said, well, just send it to us. He was like, some of this stuff I feel I should just do. I'm like, sir, you don't want to sell it as is. But he said he's gonna do some of the stuff, but he's not going to. Right,
Right.
he's gonna get it done.
Right.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
don't
get
put
it.
that right.
He said, but he's going to, he said, like, labeling the electrical box.
yeah. Who would better do it? Somebody
Yeah.
better.
Did she ever do a specific request?
No,
No,
Like she should do specific because it's been sold as is.
oh, we're done now though.
we're done. We already ordered
Past it.
appraisal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
I don't know why she sit down and forth.
I'm not mistaken. No, I'm not gonna get it. Mhm. I can't think for now. We'll figure it out. That's big. If I, guess the only person I can think.
she's not.
I know.
But that's around here.
No, you said in the Tri-County area.
Oh, you're right. He did say the around here. But certainly,
Big
if that
Daddy
person
is
was still there, we would know.
God, what is her
She was on
name?
house arrest.
What is her name? What is her name? Did she work with the?
Is she still around?
I don't think so. Yeah, I'm with her. You know what?
Look, what's good?
Uh-huh. I don't think that's it though, is it? Yeah, it might be her. Let me look.
Now. Her name is not, she's not on the roster, because I would know her name.
Yeah,
But that's what she pulls up on LinkedIn as.
The second.
Yeah.
Let me see the picture. She don't- Yeah, that's her.
She's not able there now.
No, she's not now. Mm-mm.
But it said, well, this is LinkedIn though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she worked at Clayton Homes too. Let's see.
I'm gonna ask her that. What's up? Jill, why you do stuff like this?
I just had a whole thing of
You
watermelon.
don't put it up under my nose and tell me, you don't have to.
Oh,
You don't have to. Yes, I do.
well, she checked in at Louder.
Yeah, I saw that. That's why me and Katie were making them eat them all up.
That was in 2021. I guess she ain't been on Facebook since the lawsuit.
Or we're not friends.
That's,
Okay.
oh, virtual. Virtual. I didn't know there was a company just named Virtual, but there it is. These are way better than the other watermelon. Ah, we over here expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
Punch somebody. Here's your shot. It does smell like popcorn. Keep laying that button, it's doing something, but it's not.
All right, so that was a friend of mine in Auburn, who's a real estate agent. And he said that they have a property that's part of an estate, it's been probated, and the heirs are a brother and sister. And the brother signed a listing agreement. The sister did not. So they sold it, or they sold it for sale by owner. And the agent is claiming they should have get a commission, but it wasn't a fully executed listing agreement. And he said 8 brokers in Auburn agreed that it wasn't a fully executed listing agreement. Nobody's earned a commission on that. They can sell it for sale by owner if they want. But an attorney with the real estate commission does not agree with that. It's okay to have one signature on a listing agreement. And I said, well, what if the brother wants to use one company and the sister wants to use another company? You know, what do you do then? What if the sister doesn't want to sell it? What if it's a husband and wife?
Right.
You know, and the
This
husband wants to sell and the
Comes
wife
up a
doesn't.
lot, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you know,
all parties at the time.
yeah, that's what I told him. I said, I think you gotta have to have it fully executed. Now, it may be okay, maybe legal. That doesn't mean, you know, he says closing Friday. And they're trying to figure out if they're due a commission. I said, doesn't sound like it to me. You know, sorry. Okay, good break. Everybody looked up what they need to.
Yeah.
All right. Hope you looked this up. The class is protected against discrimination by the Fair Housing Act of 1968 are race only, religion and gender only, race, color, religion, and national origin, or age and gender only.
Oh. I really need to start reading. I read this today.
I had a teacher in high school that had a big fly swatter.
Mhm.
When you didn't reach, he'd come hit you with it.
You trying to hit me, Bo?
She also gave out M&Ms if you did something good.
I would-
The carrot and the stick.
I needed one with the stripes on my back. not-
She also, it was a great class because when you went into her class, she taught government and economics in 12th grade. And when you went into her class, you signed a contract as to what grades you were going to get. You could sign a C contract, a B contract, or an A contract. And each one was a little different. They all required something else. Like if you wanted an A, you had to read the Communist Manifesto and do a book report on it. If you wanted a B, you had to do something else. And if you wanted a C, you just did the bare minimum. Yeah, you know, I mean, you choose your own grade. All right, so I think you got that one right. Let's see. The person that needs to learn how to read, I guess, and didn't get it right.
I did get it.
Oh. An item is said to be paid in arrears if it's normally paid on a monthly or yearly basis at some time after the expense is incurred, only after it's billed, or whenever it is incurred.
Came up.
Oh, yeah. Shannon is moving up again. Look at that. Katie's just kind of laying low waiting for the
I've been told her life.
attack.
Literally.
Yeah.
Waiting for it to move.
Yeah.
A licensee risks violating antitrust laws by being present at a conversation discussing the setting of commission rates, being present at a discussion of antitrust laws, charging a commission rate that happens to be the same as another firm, or cooperating with another firm to do market research. Okay.
Come before you love.
Who said this? Oh, that's wrong. All right. You can charge what another firm charges. I bet many of us do. Because there's
We
only
all do.
so many things you can charge. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of realtors out there. So, you know. Let's see, 4 players.
Oh.
4. Look,
Yeah.
wow. You don't have to get that excited about about it. I don't have any insurance, by the way, so just so you know. Just so you know.
All
Somebody
under your own
bids.
risk.
How is intentional misrepresentation penalized? License discipline, fines, and possible incarceration. License discipline and fines, but no incarceration. License discipline only, or fines only. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, so can you go to jail for violating real estate license law?
I guess so.
No, you cannot. Can you go to jail for fraud?
Fraud.
Okay.
Yes, you can. Or I should say prison, not jail. Although you'll have to go to jail before you go to prison. Look
I
at
know
that.
y'all can't see me, but I also have
Logan.
a plane down on the other page.
Logan, 4 in a row. Look at there.
I'm coming after you.
Shen
guys.
Shen is
600
still.
points.
Shen is just.
Slowly inching to the top.
His strategy is working a little better than yours.
Yeah.
The area of agent activity where there is greatest risk of failing to maintain confidentiality is trust fund handling, office management, the agency relationship, or the closing process.
The agency relationship. That's what you want.
Sorry.
Da-da.
Look at that. Katie. Look at there.
I got you, Shen.
What kind of agency is commonly created by a management agreement? Universal, specific, general, or vicarious? I have a vicarious relationship.
Dadgummit, just got overboard. I knew it. Yeah. No.
Take me back to my
It was nice seeing Katie.
Take me back to my third place.
Oh. I knew it.
Where's the other Katie?
I'm in eighth place.
You're playing. Man.
One of us.
Nobody.
We're fighting for eighth place. We're fighting for the last one.
Look who's in top.
Right. Well, he's been in real estate longer than we have.
That's true.
That
is true. Experience alone.
Basic responsibility of a landlord is to provide lease space at market rental rates, deliver a habitable property, keep the rental space freshly painted, or refrain from entering the lease space at any time during the lease term.
Don't they wish? Two of them could be fine. but one. Ah,
And to be fair, we haven't talked about property management yet either. But you
Isn't it
could
a
always read
habitable
ahead in your
property-
book, right?
Habitable property that isn't market rental rates.
You could read that in your book.
We could,
We had.
yeah. We like fresh discussion with you, but.
My property management is not what the property management book is in the book. So just so you know.
Ever fresh, take more notes.
Which law created the Alabama Real
I
Estate
know
Commission?
this.
Alabama Real Estate Law, U.S. Congressional Act of 1958, the Legislative Act of 1927, or the Alabama Real Estate was not created by law, by a law.
You were so confident.
Like,
in
I
your
thought
answer.
That's like.
Ah,
I did.
So we're coming up on the 100th anniversary of our real estate commission and real estate law in Alabama. So we are in, as Bond Post says frequently, we're practicing real estate in 2022 with a law that was written in 1927.
I just remembered that when that was answer time.
But to be fair, we're also living in the United States in 2022 and living with a constitution that was written in 1781.
Right.
So, I mean, I think it's doable. Do changes need to be made? Sure. They were made, they are made almost every year. So, gee, the realtor is on fire. 4 correct answers. But Big Daddy is pulling out.
So that means that, you're on the board.
Oh, you're on the podium.
Yeah,
like-
you're on the
like-
podium.
You're 130 top three.
You're on top
You know what
three.
it is.
I mean, what-
License law violations are Class A felonies, Class B felonies, Class A misdemeanors, or Class B misdemeanors.
Oh, I just said the wrong one.
That's gonna hit the color outline. That'll plan on.
These are your future brokers.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, Maybe.
Potentially.
Don't plan on violating them.
Yeah.
So I don't need to know what class you're in.
Oh,
Ooh, Katie got it right. Look at that.
still not on the board.
3 in a row, Big Daddy. Okay, so this is question 35. Time to start going ahead, Katie.
Working on
That
it.
strategy, laying low is
Yeah,
it's time
it's not working.
to go on the attack. When the Alabama Real Estate Commission has granted a rehearing, the hearing must be held as soon as practical, within 30 days, whenever the Alabama Real Estate Commission schedule allows, or within 60 days of the receipt of the rehearing application.
The problem is all your answers make too much sense.
Let's see, one person got it right. Who got it right?
Gerald.
And Gerald.
I've never been good at cheating.
You think it might have been Gerald?
Good hell, Gerald. Gee.
Sit down, G.
This cheating thing. I don't
I mean,
even,
they're big colored buttons. Just see what he puts.
I don't even look over it. That's the problem.
Total payments from recovery fund
Oh.
for multiple claims on the same transaction are limited to $25,000, $50,000, $75,000, or there's no limit.
You better whisper and shit.
Excuse me.
No idea.
Hooray!
One person got it wrong. Who you reckon it was?
Wasn't me.
It
this
wasn't
time.
Katie.
Wasn't me. I got it right.
Sorry to hear that.
Look, you can tell it back there.
He sure has.
It's concerning.
You better hurry up. Which of the following is not a part of education requirements for a self-person license? A high school completion, pre-licensed coursework completion, college degree, or none of the above?
And you can tell.
Yeah.
Go back
Who
and get
said
my
that?
little-
What? I put the wrong one.
What?
No, I pressed the wrong button.
Sure.
No, I did.
This is not right.
Alexis, you don't have to have a college degree.
Oh, not, I'll say not, I'm sorry.
Hey, Bo, read the question.
Read the
Don't
question,
fall
let's
into
see.
my trap.
In big letters, it says not. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everybody got it, except one person.
I pressed the wrong button.
Ah, that's wrong, bud.
I didn't realize
Keep
it's
hearing
back
that.
on the
Look at that,
board.
Katie's back on the board. Look at that.
Okay,
She, the
not
realtor,
today.
has,
I'll be quiet.
what does this say? A streak of 8.
Go ahead.
And yet you're still
Why
not,
aren't you
you're not,
looking at-
and yet you're not in first place.
All right.
Did I mention there's a prize?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
That's why you gotta show out.
The prize is, I have the prize on me right now.
Oh, okay.
So that-
So
The cream is fine.
And it's not cash. I do have some cash.
I don't care for this shit. On the street.
I don't think it fits you anyway.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get you back.
Which of the following is a personal requirement for Alabama broker's licensure? Y'all better all get this right. At least 18 years old, Alabama state resident, no licensure revocation in the past 2 years, no criminal conviction in the past 5 years.
One second, guess.
I know I said this what I put too.
Yeah, I knew.
You should cheat on me that time.
I know.
Which,
I
it
thought
seems like
about that,
a,
then
it
I was
seems like a
like,
short time. doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, well, why don't we have to have residences? But
Yeah, I
then
thought
reciprocal-
revoke means you don't have it anymore.
I thought for sure you couldn't be a broker at 17.
18.
This was-
You can't
Well-
be a pre-license at 19. You're doing 19.
Right, which is the following person, right, so I would think.
No.
Yes. Coming back up.
Man, Shannon.
Who is required to apply for a company real estate license? The corporation's CEO, a partner's managing partner, an LLC's qualifying broker, or all of the above?
Hold on.
There should be like you can go back and check, choose and lose some points. Like you just do whatever you want. To lose some points. Like gaming anxiety.
That was good. Do it.
So the key term here is this one.
Yeah, the sole proprietorship thing messes me up. That's what made me think of the partnership,
Has to be the qualifying broker.
but the broker doesn't. So.
Katie,
I've done that plenty.
you got a streak of 4 going.
Still eight place.
You have a healthy attitude about it. You know you don't get a prize for being 8th place.
She's wearing it with pride.
Consistency though.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
How long may a temporary qualifying broker operate? 30 days, 60 days, 6 months, or 1 year?
You know, you get excited, you hit a button, you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
You have more time to think about it.
Remember conversation. Yeah, I'm like, ooh.
You're on the board, Ken.
Oh, no, that.
So it's all going to depend on which one gets the last one right, which one of you two are going to be on the front.
Me and Kate. Oh.
Apparently. Who is the trustee of a trust account? Qualifying broker, the client who owns the funds, the bank where the funds are held, or licensee who collects the funds.
Cheers, was great.
Oh, good.
Did you?
Uh-oh.
Prayers work apparently. Clearly, prayers do work.
You gotta make it entertaining, right?
He said prayers.
It's all right. We got 9 questions left, right?
Questions left. Come on, Gerald. And I can't come in first.
Under the rules of interpleader, the qualifying broker determines disbursement of funds, is released from disagreement liability, can be sued for failure to disperse funds, or holds the funds until the disagreement is resolved.
Gerald, you'll look great in white.
One
He's the
person.
only one- he's
Who
the only
was
one
it?
that got it.
Who was it?
He was.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Someone that got it right.
Look at that.
Rubier.
Expanding that lead.
He's on the
Big
black.
Daddy.
Let me start. He's been.
Down by.
Alabama, down by Alabama law requires escrow accounts to be reconciled monthly, bi-monthly, when bank statements are received, or there is no legal requirement for reconciliation.
Came yesterday.
We did. Monday, as a matter of fact.
Makes sense.
Although the first question they ask you at the real estate commission, when's the last time you reconciled your account?
Well, there's something we read that was with the state, with the monthly statement. or something.
Yeah, well, it was.
On Monday.
That,
It's
that
not
was
a
recommended. It's not a law.
Law, yeah. That's where I clicked it.
Mhm.
Well, we got a really close race here. And everybody else. Lily wants to sell her home and decides to handle the sale herself. What type of license does Lily need? A qualifying broker license, a real estate license, real estate broker license.
Ooh,
We got, everybody got that one.
but if Lily is a realtor,
Yeah,
she needs to disclose that.
disclose it.
Oh, Got me by 1 point, Shannon.
Alabama law requires closing statements to be kept in the broker's files for 3 years, 5 years, 2 years, no required time limit.
Yeah, closing statement.
No.
Oh,
Well,
because it wasn't on a contract, but hey, pertinent details to
Record's
the
pertinent.
contract.
I was got it wrong. I'm like, all of us. Got that wrong.
Okay, so they kind of backtracked on this rule after TRID because you can't always get the closing statement.
Shouldn't always have it, yeah.
They want you to have it. And you should keep all pertinent, all documents pertinent.
So we were all right.
Katie.
An agreement between the broker and the client that creates a fiduciary relationship and must be in writing is a brokerage agreement, informed consent, agency agreement, or none of the above.
I should have told you.
Yes. Coming in hot.
All right, you only got 5,000 more points to score in 4 questions. Some people would say that's impossible, but
But it's not.
I have faith. The most common type of lawsuit against licensees concerns misappropriation, practicing law without a license, misrepresentation, or failure to provide services.
Could have waited, though. I was trying to points. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I need to speak it once I get back.
And misrepresentation. What's another word for misrepresentation?
Lie.
Lie, absolutely. Which of the following would be a crime involving moral turpitude, gross exaggeration, Big Daddy, vandalism, trespassing, or burglary.
gave it
Or burglary.
Come on, somebody. Ta-da. Gross exaggeration is done by every real estate agent
Yeah,
ever.
I don't think that's a crime.
Have you seen those pictures from 20 years ago
Yeah.
or 30?
Which of the following can be attributed to most law violations? Failure to disclose, failure to fulfill obligations, lack of honesty, or negligence.
Hmm,
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Nobody got that one.
some negligence.
All right.
Here it comes, guys.
Last one. When and where must a licensee identify themselves as a real estate licensee? In all advertisements, immediately when selling licenses on property, upon initial contact with a customer, or when answering the phone calls to the brokerage company.
What's the first?
Right.
Yes.
Y'all ready?
Very
Yes,
nice.
yes, we're ready.
There, number 3. Realtor 83, congratulations. Big Daddy, number 2.
Oh.
No prize.
G, the Realtor, number 1. Right.
Yes.
I have in my hand
For a long time.
scrumptiousness. $25 gift card to Chick-fil-A.
Yay!
Can't go wrong with that.
Hey,
Thank you.
Katie Mason, I want you to play Monday.
I'll put it in order.
Yes.
Well played, guys. All right. So you can go back and you go back on the code out, go into the game, you can look. I've got it recorded as well. So when I'll have it up there when we go, when I load everything.
This is
So,
50 questions.
yeah, it's
How many
50
questions
questions.
are there for segment?
50.
Interesting,
Yeah.
but I would not have passed. With a